Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Peter Kyung from Daesang America. This session consists of two presentations. First one is about savory natural flavor, and another which I'll be presenting, and another one is on microalgae, which my colleague John will present. And then it's gonna take about 50 minutes to cover two presentations, and we'll have the Q&A time. And let me start first. Today I'm gonna talk about the future of savory natural flavors, a future where clean label, authentic taste, and superior flavor come together. At Daesang, we have been pioneer in fermentation technologies for decades, and building on this expertise, I'm here to introduce our latest innovations in savory natural flavors, Namino and T-Savory, representing the pinnacle of our fermentation technologies. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how these innovative ingredients set a new standard in the food industry and promote clean labels and enhance umami taste and flavors. Let's start. Okay, when you hear the word fermentation, what comes to mind? Before we get into our product, I want to talk about what truly defines Daesang Corporation, our company name. And then at Daesang, fermentation is more than just a process. It's our DNA and core of everything we do. For centuries, fermentation has been used to enhance flavors, preserve foods, and create the complex taste. And today, we've combined this timeless wisdom with modern technology to push the boundary of the possibility in the food industry. Okay, our fermentation journey began in 1960 with MSG production. Over time, we expanded into diverse products like kimchi and gochujang, and amino acid and natural flavors. And with more than 60 years of expertise, we've advanced our fermentation technologies to create clean label, natural, innovative solutions for today's food industry. Okay, the fermentation expertise powers two key divisions at Daesang. First one is general food BU, focuses on consumer product, and then like 종가 brand kimchi and 오프 brand gochujang and doenjang, bringing Korean flavors worldwide. And second, our ingredient business unit, where I come in, and then we specialize in developing fermented food ingredients and providing B2B solutions for better taste, nutrition, and functionalities. The units are connected by fermentation expertise and they share one vision, blending tradition with innovation to shape the future of food. Now let's focus on our ingredient business unit. We source non-GMO corn from Europe and then use enzyme reaction and fermentation technologies to create amino acid, microalgae, flavor enhancers, and starch and sweeteners, promoting cleaner, healthier, and more sustainable food. And then our business thrives on strong vertical integration with fermentation technology at the core of our strengths. Here's a question. Why does the fermentation-based innovation matter in food today? Because consumer expectations are evolving faster than ever. One of the biggest shifts is clean label movement. Consumers want great taste, transparency, and natural ingredients. Then I can say that people seek food free from food additives, and then allergen and GMOs, delicious and trustworthy. At Daesang, we have always believed that fermentation is the key to meeting these demands. As we explored savory ingredients on the market, we discovered a significant challenge, one that inspired us to completely rethink the future of flavor. The traditional flavor enhancers like MSG, nucleotide, HVP, or yeast extract face limitations in labeling, taste, and health concerns. Today's consumers no longer want the food additives or artificial ingredient names on the label. Instead, they seek a richer, more satisfying flavors that align with clean and healthy choice. This led us to ask ourselves, can we create a new savory ingredient that overcomes these limitations while delivering exceptional taste and flavor? And then this question marked the beginning of our journey to develop new next generation solutions. And then we focused on creating new products that are clean label and natural flavor labeling and carrier-free, allergen-free, and capable of achieving a strong sodium reduction, all while maintaining outstanding taste. And today, I'm so excited to introduce our latest innovations that represent the future of savory natural flavors, Namino and T-Savory. Okay, here's an overview of our Namino and T-Savory that I'll cover, and then we'll see how these innovations enhance taste and meet the growing demand for clean, natural ingredients. So, what exactly are Namino and T-Savory? These are savory natural flavor containing complex umami compounds like amino acid, nucleotide, peptide, organic acid, and minerals, delivering a rich and authentic flavor. And then they are ideal for alternative meat, bouillon, soup, dressing, sauce, snack seasoning, and more. Another question, how do we make them? It is so simple like making yogurt or beer. We ferment natural low sugar with our own non-GMO strain, and then minimally purify it to collect key flavor compounds. And then this natural process ensures it qualifies as a natural flavor. And what particularly distinguishes Namino and T-Savory against other savory ingredients is its qualification for labeling as a 100% natural flavor. For example, compared to a traditional cheese cracker using conventional flavor enhancers on the left side, the new one with Namino on the right side shows a cleaner, shorter ingredient list. And also, they support front of pack claims like naturally flavored or naturally flavored with other natural flavors, giving brands better labeling flexibilities. And let's dive into different types of Namino and T-Savory. We have 3 distinct variants, and then all offering clean label, authentic taste, and sodium reduction effect. And first, Namino UH stands for umami high, and it's rich in glutamic acid, delivering a bold, immediate umami boost. Second, Namino LH stands for lingering high, and is high in nucleotide, and then it delivers a long-lasting umami impact with a strong aftertaste. And lastly, T-Savory contains glutamic acid and lysine for rich, roasted, meaty flavor. And then each variant offers unique flavors, but can work in combination for harmonious flavors. For example, combining Namino UH and LH together in a cheese spread, and then it provides a quick umami burst with long-lasting flavor. And then also they adding Namino and T-Savory together to bone broths or instant noodles enhances the meaty flavor with the rich umami taste. Okay, we understand that food safety and quality matter, and then Namino and T-Savory already acquired the FEMA GRAS and hold certifications like kosher, vegan, NGPP Butterfly, and then FSC 22000 and ISO 9001. These certifications validate our product quality and compliance with top industry standards. Okay, in this slide, let's talk about how to maximize Namino in your formulations. Studies shows that just 0.1 to 0.5% of the total formulations delivers the optimal flavor impact. And then in practical terms, a small doses can significantly cut expenses, and then proving that less is more when it comes to flavor impact. Moving on to real-world applications of Namino and T-Savory. Namino is already transforming foods in the US, Europe, and Korea. including plant-based tofu, plant-based tuna, chicken stock, and retorte soup. We are now actively working with US manufacturers integrating Namino and T-Savory in their formulations. And also, for those of you new to Namino and T-Savory, I'm gonna show you how they can add value in your products as well. Okay, let's move on and then take a closer look at Namino UH, LH, and T-Savory separately with their unique advantages. Let's just start with Namino UH, one of the two products in Namino lineup. Namino UH is designed to boost upfront umami and enhances the overall flavor. And it's a natural flavor, perfect for clean label trend. And then it has a strong umami while reducing sodium by up to 30%. And then also it's perfect for reduced sugar product because it enhances sweetness perception. Let's look at the sensory test result showcasing its superior performance. A third-party study by MMR Research tested Namino UH against other savory ingredients. At just 0.1% Namino UH in green, outperformed MSG, fermented powder, and yeast extract in overall flavor, meaty, and saltiness, exceeding many expectations. And let's focus on its remarkable ability to deliver a fast sensory impact. When added to vegetable stock, Namino UH enhanced umami within just 15 seconds, and with the effect intensifying rapidly until 45 seconds. This quick umami onset makes it ideal for instant soup, broth, and ready-to-eat meals, where delivering a bold, fast sensory is essential. Now let's review how Namino UH reduces sodium without any compromising flavor. Third-party study by MMR Nicho shows that just 0.1% Namino UH reduces sodium by up to 30%. And from a nutritional perspective, Namino UH has less than 2% sodium, far lower from traditional flavor enhancers like MSG, HVP, or yeast extract, which range from 5 to 40%. And then also, demand for reduced sodium product grows. Namino UH offers a strong solution for health-conscious consumers. Namino UH also enhances sweetness with small doses. It is particularly effective in reduced sugar products that uses high-intensity sweeteners like stevia. So for example, low sugar sources or ketchups, it balances sweetness and masks the bitterness. Okay, let's change gear and then explore the second product in Namino lineup, Namino LH. Namino LH has the same benefit as Namino UH, including natural flavor labeling and significant sodium reduction. And then it is also, but what sets it apart is its ability to deliver a long-lasting umami impact with a strong aftertaste. And then additionally, it excels at masking undesirable flavors of soy or pea proteins, particularly in plant-based foods. Let's review the sensory test from MMR Research using Namino LH. They added 0.1% to vegetable stock and then compared it to other savory ingredients. And then as shown in green bar, the Namino LH scored the highest along with IMP and yeast extract high nucleotide. And then each clean label status and then additional benefits makes Namino LH the best natural choice for enhancing your umami flavors in your formulation. And then it shows that its remarkable ability to deliver the lasting umami aftertaste even at low doses. When added to vegetable stock, it showed a very fast, very strong initial impact with a long-lasting umami profile. And unlike base vegetable stock, which fades quickly, Namino LH's dynamic flavor lingers over meaty and spicy notes. And then this proves how umami stays bold from the first taste to the very last. Okay, here's a product application test by Nicho to evaluate how Namino LH affects sodium reduction. They added 0.1% Namino UH and LH separately to vegan Parmesan cheese, and then both achieved an impressive 34% sodium reduction and 50% yeast reduction. And then additionally, experts noted that Namino LH's strong, lingering umami and then distinct aroma pair perfectly with dairy flavors like cheese and enhancing the overall taste experience. Another standout benefit of Namino LH is its ability to mask off-notes in plant-based foods, and which makes the game changer in plant-based foods. For testing, just 0.2% Namino LH was added to vegan burger patty, and the result was a more flavorful, well-balanced product with greater depth of taste. I believe that Namino LH is a highly effective solution that not only enhances lingering umami, but also addresses one of the key challenges in plant-based foods. Now that we have covered Namino UH and LH, and then let's move on to Daesang's latest innovative Savory. While Namino focuses on generating taste, and then Savory delivers a rich, roasted, meaty flavor. And let's look at what makes Savory so unique. Savory stands out with 4 key features. Of course, it is a natural flavor, like Namino, and so aligning with clean label trend. And then the optimized glutamic acid and lysine content create a deep umami with the roasted meaty flavor. And then also, lastly, Savory simplifies traditional flavoring process and provide a one-stop shop flavor solution. We understand that the regulatory compliance is essential when selecting ingredients. The good news is that Savory meet the clean label requirement, and it can be labeled as natural flavor. And also, under FDA regulation, the reaction flavors made with Savory qualifies as natural flavors as well. This flow chart shows that how Savory is produced under controlled cold fermentation process, where 2 microorganisms metabolize the natural raw sugar. This process is designed to optimize the production of glutamic acid and lysine. Let me explain how the optimized glutamic acid and lysine enhance flavor in processing. Glutamic acid boosts the umami taste, and lysine play a key role in forming pyrazine compound through the Maillard reaction, which then interact with other umami compounds like peptide present in Savory, resulting in a rich, roasted, meaty flavor. And building on that, we ran a focus test using Savory to identify its role in forming pyrazine compound. For testing, we combined 40% Savory with 1% xylose and water, and then heated the mixture at 205 degrees for 5 hours under controlled condition. And the result, as shown in data, clearly indicate that the significant increase in 2 key pyrazine compounds, and then these compounds are known to enhance roasted meaty flavor, demonstrating that Savory is the excellent choice for achieving a clean and distinct flavor profile. The traditional flavor development blends many ingredients like yeast extract, amino acid, and then MSG or others, and then making the process complex and inefficient. So this Savory simplifies this with a single well-balanced compound, and then this Savory delivers a target roasted meaty flavor without any extra additives. This ensures efficiency, consistency, and a cleaner ingredient list. Okay, in this slide, I want to share the project we are working on with you. We have just started the application development project to identify the optimal uses for Savory's flavor while securing scientific data to prove its effectiveness. In our initial test, we added 0.25% Savory to beef, shrimp, and beef bouillon slurry, and then pressure heated at 250 degrees for 1 hour. And then we found that the roasted meaty flavor and taste was significantly enhanced. Over the next 4 months, we are gonna develop the optimal uses for Savory in sauces, bouillon, and soup, gather data, and accumulate valuable know-how. And then I'll be back with an updated presentation at the upcoming IFT First technical seminar in July, showcasing even more advanced Savory insights. To summarize, as food industry moves towards transparency and healthier choice, the Namino and Savory set a new standard for their clean label and natural ingredients. And then they offer unique benefits, clean label ingredients, and cost-effective solutions. Namino UH and LH delivers umami taste, and then while Savory adds roasted meaty flavors. I hope this session showed you how they can reshape the industry and benefit manufacturers and consumers. Okay, this is the end of my presentation, so thank you for your time and attention, and then I'll answer the question at the end. So please hold on to them. And then if you have any questions unanswered due to the time limit, please feel free to reach out via email or LinkedIn, and let's just stay connected. And then up next, my colleague John will present another innovation in microalgae featuring white chlorella and goldrella. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for the introduction as well, Peter. Appreciate it. So today, I will be going over 2 innovative products that we have developed over a couple years in white chlorella and goldrella. I'm sure most of you are familiar with chlorella being a superfood and a microalgae, but this is kind of a little different in that sense. So let's just jump right into it. This is just a quick breakdown of what I will be going over. Just a quick introduction of how we produce white chlorella, goldrella, the profiles, so the nutritional profiles, particularly of both, as well as then afterwards the application. So we have tested in-house of various applications that it can be used for, particularly with the plant-based nutrition. So we consider white chlorella and goldrella a one-stop shop vegan solution. It is, as mentioned before, made from microalgae. And it supports and fortifying a lot of foods that are based for plant-based foods and vegans. So anywhere from vegan cheeses to plant-based egg patties to meat alternatives to vegan cookies. And we can't forget as well plant-based dietary supplements, so those proteins or kind of those protein bars as well too. Now, everyone's probably asking what exactly is white chlorella, what is goldrella, where does it come from? So it is a strain. It is a chlorella strain, particularly is a chlorella strain called Chlorella protothecoides. We grow this 100% in a closed cultivation system, so what we consider a heterotrophic cultivation. And on the bottom side, you can kind of see the 2 different types of, the most common types of production methods for microalgae in the chlorella, for chlorella particularly. The closed cultivation system allows us to have a GMO-free breeding techniques and to develop this white chlorella and goldrella. Now, they both have their different advantages and disadvantages. I don't want to get into comparing them, but we feel that the closed cultivation system is the best way for Daesong to move forward in developing these 2 innovative products. Now, just a quick breakdown of the profile. So as mentioned, they both come from Chlorella protothecoides. That's the exact strain. And these three top bullet points, you could probably see that they are the same. So they're naturally rich in protein and fiber. They both contain about 60% of protein, 20% fiber. They're perfect for vegan diets, as mentioned, or plant-based foods. One key factor that is really neat about white chlorella and gold chlorella is that it actually allows formulators to mask beanie flavor. So if you ever formulated with soy proteins or pea proteins, you know that there is some kind of little taste there. But white chlorella and gold chlorella help in masking those flavors. Now with the differences between the two, so white chlorella does help provide a more neutral taste and flavor, as well as being that it's white, so it's a neutral color and it allows to brighten kind of the colors of existing foods. Sometimes that really is an issue sometimes with vegan foods. Whereas with gold chlorella, it provides more of an umami and saltiness taste thanks to the profile of adding more glutamic acid in the amino acid profile of gold chlorella, which I'll go over in a little bit. It also gives that natural bright yellow color. So again, that's another sometimes a hurdle for a lot of formulators in the plant-based food space, whereas the colors are an issue where they have to add artificial colors. With gold chlorella, that's not an issue. And below, we could just see a quick breakdown that the National Food Lab actually helped us out with. It breaks down and compares the versatility of white chlorella and gold chlorella with soy and pea protein. So you could just see over there just the protein solubility, the heat stability, the water holding capacity, oil holding capacity, and the emulsion capacity. So in none of those formats are they poor, so it just gives a lot of more versatility. And moving forward, I just want to break down kind of the nutritional profile. So first I'll go over kind of the vitamins and minerals that are naturally found in white chlorella and gold chlorella. And then moving forward, we'll do the amino acid profile as well too. One of the key factors for white chlorella and gold chlorella is its naturally occurring vitamins. And these are, a lot of these vitamins are essential for vegan diets, plant-based diets, particularly vitamin B1, folic acid, and vitamin B12. This also supports, as mentioned before, with fortifying protein, fortifying with fiber, iron, magnesium, and zinc. And with gold chlorella particularly, it provides a salty flavor with low sodium content. And as mentioned with vitamin B12 and these minerals that are important for plant-based diets, a lot of times we know that vitamin B12 is found in mainly a lot of animal-based foods or dairy, which is obviously something that a lot of vegans do not consume. This helps actually with the fortification of those particular vitamins and minerals in a natural way, so they're not fortified synthetically in any way. And on the right-hand side, we could see just with about 4.25 grams will actually equal your overall daily value of vitamin B12. So a very small amount needed actually to actually produce good results in a nutritional profile. Moving forward, this is actually the amino acid profile, the breakdown of white chlorella and gold chlorella. So you can see white chlorella in blue, gold chlorella in yellow, and on the red, you could see actually they're all highlighted. So they do all contain all 9 essential amino acids, something that is a key factor for a lot of protein-based diet, high protein-based diets. So this actually allows with the fortification of protein as well. Now I'll just go over, for now I'll just go over white chlorella and then go over a couple applications for white chlorella, and then moving forward I'll kind of introduce specifically gold chlorella and its applications after that. So with white chlorella, I find this to be a very neat product. I love talking about this product particularly just because of its versatility in many different applications, not only with plant-based foods, but as mentioned with supplements as well too. The neutral color and flavor are fantastic for formulators. It doesn't really give any issues. And although I love chlorella, like vulgaris is standard green chlorella, the chlorophyll is always an issue sometimes when you want to kind of do new formulations. So this white chlorella allows to actually formulate with chlorella, but without that chlorophyll. So And it is non-GMO free, non-GMO, no gluten, no soy. It also is non-GMO project verified actually, and it's vegan certified as well too. Moving forward, we did do a couple in-house application testing. So the first one that I want to go over particularly is for vegetable proteins or plant-based protein powders, which we all know is very popular and increasing popularity as well too. So we do see that actually white chlorella is a great fit for any kind of plant-based proteins. About 20% of solid material is what we recommend to actually mix into these plant-based proteins. And as mentioned before, it does have that masking effect for beanie notes. So I'm a big fan of pea protein, but sometimes depending on the product, the flavor could be a little off, right? So this really does help in kind of with formulators and kind of doing kind of new products in the sense or adding different flavors to it without kind of jeopardizing nutrition. Moving forward, we did actually also test white chlorella, particularly in baked goods. So these are kind of sponge cakes. So on the left-hand side, you'll see that it's a standard control for the sponge cakes. And we could see that with 3% chlorella added to the formulation, 5% chlorella added, and 10%, there are quite drastic changes when it comes to the protein content and the vitamin content as well too. Not to mention as well fiber for the 10%. So we could see just adding this and kind of it's not really affecting anything when it comes to the color or any sort of thing like that. So we could actually see that it actually has a standard product, but yet it fortifies it in a natural way. We also tested this out actually with cookies. So standard cookies over here that use oil, dark sugar, almond milk, whole wheat flour, baking powder, and just adding, just for white chlorella, just adding about a bit of, I can't even see that, 4% of the formulation, apologies for that. We could see that it actually has a brightening effect to these types of cookies. It could also add a savory taste, chewy texture as well too. So you know, when you have cookies and they crumble really quickly, this actually helps with like, holding it together in that sense. And with Goldrella, depends on kind of the flavor profile you're really looking for. This could also help as well with that umami taste, as I mentioned before, but also adding some bright yellow colors to it. I know naturally a lot of companies like to add turmeric. That could be a challenge sometimes depending on the sourcing of that, but Goldrella allows us to actually add that bright color naturally. So particularly with Goldrella, this is kind of just a breakdown of Goldrella, sorry. So it does help with various kind of solutions, various types of features that it has, like texture. It could support texture by adding more of a meaty kind of beefy texture for meat alternatives, whether it be seafoods, beef, chicken. Also adds, as mentioned before, that umami flavor without saltiness, so no sodium, no major sodium content in Goldrella, but yet adds that umami taste to it. Not to mention the nutrition and the masking of the off flavors. So on the right-hand side, you could see various applications that Goldrella could be used in. That yellow color, obviously, it depends on what you're trying to formulate. Could be anywhere from vegan cheeses to egg replacements to meats as well. And again, as mentioned, this is kind of the nutritional analysis of Goldrella. I went this over before, but this is kind of just specifically for Goldrella. It's about 60% protein, 24% of it is carbs. However, just keep in mind that it's about 20% fiber. So really technically about only 4% carbs. As mentioned before, with that umami taste, the amino acid profiles, particularly with glutamic acid and arginine, that's kind of what helps with that umami saltiness taste that you get. And this is just a property analysis overall specifically for Goldrella. So it was tested actually at different pHs compared to soy and pea protein, just kind of showing the versatility that we could use it into various different types of applications. And what we did find is that Goldrella actually has great water holding capacity, emulsion capacity. Protein and nitrogen solubility, so it's great to add that protein without losing it in the formulations, even at high heats. And as well as that appetizing color I mentioned before that could replace things like turmeric and also add a kind of a nutritional value. Overall, so this kind of breaks down over here, Goldrella used in various different foods. So we could actually see from anywhere from 10 to 20%, 10 to 30% could be used in nutritional bars. And below you can see kind of the key features that are added to these foods when adding Goldrella to them. So with the nutritional bars, adding about 10 to 30% of the formulation helps you kind of with that sweet, savory peanut flavors, roasted chestnut aftertastes. When we go to like cheese crackers, and these are non-vegan cheese crackers, anywhere from 5 to 12% of that formulation could actually support in kind of an MSG alternative. So with that saltiness flavor I mentioned before, adding a little bit more color to the formulas. Same kind of with the vegan chicken soups as well too. So MSG kind of replacement in that sense, anywhere from 1 to 20%. That's kind of just depends on how you want to formulate. It's also flexible with noodles as well too. So vegan noodles I know are actually growing in popularity. So that's one thing that actually it helps in as well. And as well as the sponge cakes. Another key application that I think Goldrella is perfect fit in is vegan cheddar cheeses. And just with the addition of Goldrella, about 15% give or take, it could actually really kind of make a big difference in the formulation of any kind of vegan type cheeses. So there's no need for additional colors with Goldrella. And also, we could also apply white chlorella to any types of different white colored cheeses, like any Swiss or provolone, things like that. And on the right-hand side, we could see a jar scale, so just about right scale. So this is kind of a standardized scale based for taste. The dotted line is the standard over there, and we could see with the particular orange and red different ones over there that are kind of the flavor profiles that we get using particularly Goldrella in here. So you see that we add a lot of the umami taste and kind of hold that acidity as well too. Again, also one thing that Goldrella does help with is the texture of foods. So that we found that actually it does support actually adding texture to cheeses as well. Also allows actually to support with the melting of it as well. So on the bottom hand side, we could see that with vegan cheeses particularly, adding kind of 10 to 15% allows kind of an even spreadability of cheeses when melted. And this is kind of a key factor, particularly with vegan cheeses, which is sometimes really tough for melting. Storage-wise, it also supports with the storage. So there's low hardness and drying on it. And it protects against the moisture and migration, so it could last longer as well too. And overall, kind of as mentioned before, it has naturally occurring protein and fiber, so it does fortify these cheeses as well too. Another application, so for Goldrella, which I think is really neat, I'm actually working on this right now, is for egg alternatives, scrambled eggs for vegans. I know now with these egg prices, we may want to have to look into vegan eggs. But overall, so if adding about just 1% or even, depending on the formulation you want to work with, it could add a nice bright yellow color to these vegan eggs. Sometimes, and we can see here in the bottom is a control of the standard soy protein egg replacement. Whereas you just add 2% and it could add a nice bright yellow color to it, but while also adding a nutritional value. And lastly, I do want to go over some meat alternatives. So particularly with high moisture meat analogs and low moisture meat analogs. So overall, these could be applied when making meat alternatives when it comes to any kind of chickens or beef or seafoods. In that sense, so adding soy protein or adding your choice of plant-based protein with Goldrella or white chlorella could actually enhance the texture, taste, and nutritional profile as mentioned before for these products. So the application tests that we did, so we actually used white chlorella with a high moisture meat analog. So what we did is basically we had a control and then we kind of added 5%, 10%, and 15% of white chlorella. Overall, and you can see in the bottom left-hand side is our results, that adding 5% white chlorella to a control of is basically soy protein concentrate with water, oil. It actually converts it into more of a texture-wise chicken breast. With 10%, it adds about, it actually kind of forms more of a chicken tender. And overall, we tried with 15% with gluten. It's kind of like a solid, really thick piece of chicken. So it really kind of depends on what you're really working for, but the flexibility of white chlorella and gold chlorella allow you to kind of test different types of textures if you'd like. Whereas with the low moisture meat analogs, we found that gold chlorella is actually quite useful. So we using anywhere between 3 to 25%. In this case, we use 25% gold chlorella for these low moisture meat analogs. We found that it actually does reduce that beanie note flavor of these low moisture meat analogs, as well as provide that umami taste that I had mentioned before that gold chlorella is known for. So these are kind of just applications that we have tested. Granted, these are brand new products, so if there's anyone that wants to work with us with regards to these, we'll be happy to kind of test and work out with different more applications. In my opinion, I think the sky's the limit with these products. It's just a matter of kind of informing the masses. And last but not least, of course, we can't forget the meatballs. So these are textured vegetable protein meatballs. And we did test these out based with that jar scale that I mentioned before. And these kind of are the profiles. Again, kind of the recurring theme about umaminess and the no saltiness, and also increases actually a little bit of the chewiness and texture depending on the percentage of gold chlorella you add to this. So anywhere from 1 to 5%, I would probably say is ideal, but in this case we used about 1%, and it added quite a bit of benefits to these textured vegetable protein meatballs. And last but not least, cool little last slide. I thought it was really neat to bring up sustainability. So that's one thing that Daesong really likes to focus on. And particularly, we see that with the time of harvesting, of the water consumption, and the land use compared to your standard proteins like beef, legumes like beans, and wheat as well too. It's drastically more sustainable compared to these other types of products. Last but not least, on your way out, we do have goodie bags on the left-hand side. They look like this over here. You'll see these, and we just to have and try it out, and please try them out. We do have these popcorns here that are combined with Namino. Is that? Oh yes, with Namino LH and UH. These are actually really good, and we also have from our partners in Daesong Well Life. So we have actually a consumer brand in Korea, and they do meal replacement powders. So we have actually included 2 meal replacements in here. And they do contain milk and soy in case anyone has any allergies, but those do contain chlorella and our Namino. So yeah, and not to mention there's also a little spice blend as well too that includes our Namino D Savory. Peter did a great presentation on that, but please try them when you have a chance. And I think that is all. Thank you, everyone. Is there any questions? Good job. No. Yes. Yep. Sorry. You, ma'am.
Hi, Roma. Thank you for the presentation, by the way. Super cool. I did have a question about the Namino product and the D-Savory.
Yeah.
So what format are those available? Is it like a powder? Is it liquid? Or both? Just want to know a bit more about that.
Basically it is powder form. And then the older 3 variants, Namino UH and LH and D-Savories are all the powder form.
Okay, cool. If you want to get a sample, should we reach out to you, or do you guys have those available?
Yeah, samples. Yeah, you could.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, you
sure.
could reach out to us, either Peter or myself. Yeah, we have samples in our office. Unfortunately, we don't have them here, but we'll be happy to ship them out to you if you'd like.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Yes. Hey.
I have a question about the nutritional profile of your white chlorella. What the protein digestibility corrected amino acid score is?
The PDCAS? So yes, we do. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'll happy to send you that information. Yeah. I know the PDCAS is super important. So yeah, we did test it out, so we do have that information available. Okay. Is that all? Okay. Well, great.
Okay. Thank you so much
everybody.
today.
Appreciate it for attending. Don't forget your goodie bags too.
Thank you.